Hi there and welcome to this video. In today's video, we are going to start a series where I'm going to show you how to customize your Shopify theme step by step. And in this video, I'm going to use the Symmetry theme from Clean Canvas as an example. Clean Canvas has a wide variety of themes and I love most of them, and I have been using the Symmetry theme for a while now, but in this video we are going to explore the latest version of this theme. So in today's video we are going to see how to change everything related to the theme settings, and you can apply the same thing for any theme you are using. In the next video, we are going to see how to optimize your store homepage. Then on the third video, we are going to see how to optimize your product pages. So if you are new to Shopify, or maybe you already have a store and you want to improve it, this series is going to be perfect for you. The store I'm going to build is a shoes store, so if you are interested in clothing or shoes, this is also a plus for you. And now that you know the topic of this video, let's head to my screen and let's start customizing your theme settings. So here I am inside of my Shopify store, and the first thing I'm going to do is to actually download the theme to my store. If you are not sure about what theme you are going to use, you can always download the trial version of the theme, play around with it, and make sure that this is exactly what you want before buying it. All Shopify themes offer like a lifelong free trial. Just the problem is that you can't publish the theme unless you buy it. So play around with the trial, make sure that the theme you are picking has the section you want before buying it and before committing to it, okay? So here I am inside of the Shopify theme store, and from here I will search exactly for the Symmetry theme because I know that I want to try out this theme. As I said before, I've worked for a long time with Clean Canvas theme and I like them. They load very fast, they always offer like very advanced features. Also their support theme is extremely helpful, so if you have any question, they reply to you, they help you out. And not only that, they always keep updating their themes, so they provide the best sections and the best strategies and the best like features on all of their themes. So if you are considering what theme to use to your store, I highly recommend you to consider their themes. So this is the Symmetry theme, and as you can see, it was updated in February 8, 2024. If you scroll down in here, you can see and you can learn more about this theme, like in terms of features. You can check out reviews, you can see more about support and documentations. If you scroll down also, you can see stores that are using Symmetry theme if you want to get inspired, or let's say to have like a real look about how your store might end up looking. If you scroll further down, you will find more and more information. And by the way, you can also click here to view the demo store. So if you want to like have an idea about what features or sections this theme offer, you can scroll in here. You can from here choose between different demos. You can check out the mobile preview and play around with the theme. Once you do that, you just need to click try theme and it will be added to your Shopify store. So now that we have the theme added to our store, if you scroll down, you can see it in here. You can either click on buy to buy it or click on customize. The only thing you can't actually do is to publish this theme or to edit the code. So if you are interested in those two things, you need to buy the theme. I'm going to click here on customize. And now we are inside of Shopify theme editor. If you are not familiar at all with this editor, it's totally fine, because through these videos, this series, you will be able to get very familiar with it and you will be able to customize any theme you have, even if it's not the Symmetry theme. So as you can see in here, we have three options. We have first the sections, we have second the theme settings, and we have third the app embeds. So this is gonna be relevant if you have apps and you want them to show on your store. The section we are going to tackle today is this one, which is the theme settings. But before this, let me take you on a small tour around this editor so you get a little bit more familiar with it. So again, from here you have the sections. This is where you change the section of the page you are seeing here. And this is where you know which page you are seeing. So for example, here I'm changing the home page. So those are the sections of the home page I'm changing within this page. If I change from here to products and I move to the default product, I would be changing within the default product Shopify page. So in here, the sections are related to this page. For sure, you have the header and the footer. They are common sections between all of your store pages, but this part in here is related to the template you are changing. The second thing you need to know about this editor is that in here you can change the view between mobile and desktop and full screen if you want to have a preview about how your theme is going to look like on desktops. If you click on this option in here, you will be able to see like this blue, let's say, border around the section, so you can add sections directly from here, or you can modify the sections, some sections when you click on them, or you can even duplicate or delete the section depending on the section you are selecting. In here, you can change your market, so you can change your website depending on the market where you are selling, or you can keep it as it is. It's totally fine. I'm going to keep default because I'm going to use the same website on all of my markets. Now going back to the theme settings, and now we are going to start changing the, let's say, the general settings of the theme. It's very important to note that this section will be different depending on the theme you are using. Since we are using the Symmetry theme, these are the options related to this theme. If you are using a totally different theme, these options will be different. If you are using a free theme, expect that you are going to find less options in here, because usually free themes don't allow you like a huge or let's say a wide space of customization. They have limited options, but with professional paid themes, you have more and more options. Okay, the first thing we have under the theme settings is actually the layout, and this is related to the full store layout. Okay, so for example, in here we have that the maximum width of the store is 1600 pixel. And this means that if someone is opening this website on a very wide screen, it will still remain the same, respecting, let's say, the same width. I prefer to keep it as it is because it makes so much sense. It works for most of the laptops and of the desktops. So keep it as it is. You can also, in here, choose to use full width layout on collection pages if you wish. I don't like to go full width. I like to keep the layout like organized in the same width. So I'm gonna keep it unchecked. Under layouts, you have colors, and this is where you need to spend a lot of time because each brand has a different color palette, and you need to make sure that you have set up these colors in here in your theme. So whatever you are like changing any page, all of your pages will be reflecting your brand colors. Also, it's very important to note that Shopify recently allowed us to define some, let's say, basic brand assets within Shopify settings, so you can link to them directly from here. Let me show you. If you go back in here and you go to settings, recently Shopify added this section which is called brand. And under this section, you can actually define like some of your brand assets, the logo, the slogan, some colors as well. So let's see what we can do in here. So first we have the logo. They are asking us to add like the default logo for our store. I told you that I'm going to create a shoes store, so I have already uploaded my brand assets. This is my logo. I can even have like two different kinds of logos. Sometimes some brands has a square logo, another, for example, a rectangular logo. So I can upload one in here, which is the default, and another one in here, which is, let's say, the horizontal one. In here, I can start defining my brand colors one by one. The number of colors that you can define in here is limited. Some brands have like a large color palette. It depends on the brand niche, but some brands might have like a large color palette. In this case, they might not be able to define everything in here, but at least you can define your brand, like let's say main colors, okay? Since I'm selling shoes, I went with a minimalist, minimalist color palette. I tried to keep my colors neutral because my shoes are in different colors, so I didn't want everything to be, let's say, colorful and bright. I wanted to keep my brand elegant aesthetically, and I kept the colors to the basics. So let me show you the brand palette I have actually decided to use. So these are the colors I decided to use. I have first the black and the white, and they are my two neutral colors. I'm gonna use them. The white for the store background, the black would be for the maybe the buttons and the text. Then I have a secondary color, which is a gray. I would use it when I want to, like, say, create a section in different colors. Then I have like two, let's say, contrasting colors for the announcement. Let's say I want to have an announcement bar, or I have a sale, or I want to say something, let's say, and point out on this special idea. I have these two contrasting colors. Then I have the other neutral color for the footer. These are my colors, and these colors will differ depending on the niche you are in, on your brand spirit. If your brand is very colorful, you might have a lot of colors in here. So it really depends on your brand. But for me, these are the colors that made sense. It's very important to keep like the hex numbers because we are going to define them within Shopify. So I'm going back to Shopify in here. So I will start by adding my primary color, and although this is a little bit funny, but it's gonna be the black because this is my primary one. For the contrasting one, I will keep the white. And as you can see, I was only able to define two colors, the primary and the contrasting, which is fine. Then I have the secondary color, and this time I have this hex, so I need to copy the same number. I'm not sure if you know, but each color has a number, and this number defines how the color will look like and what the color actually is. So you need to have an idea about your hex colors, your color hexes actually. Okay, so this is the color. I can add another secondary color. I will go with this one, which is the dark blue or the blue. So okay, perfect. I can even add another contrasting color. So let me add my pink. So, and now I have all my colors. You can even, if you go back in here, you can even add a cover image. You can add a slogan. I'm going actually to add this. You can even add like a short description, and you can finally add your social media links. So let me start by adding a slogan. I have actually created like a small document for my brand. So this is my brand slogan. I'm gonna copy it, paste it in here, and I will copy my small description and paste it in here. Okay, I've done all of these using ChatGPT. You can be definitely more creative depending on your brand. And under here, I told you can add your social media links. I highly recommend you to do this because in this way, whenever you want to show them in your theme, they will directly be like linked to your social media profiles. And instead of repeating the same work again and again, you will have them always there. Once you finish, you click on save. So I'm going to click now on customize, and I will start customizing my colors. Okay, I'm going back to theme settings. I will go to colors, and as you can see in here, we have a lot of things and a lot of options and colors to change. And this is what I like about professional themes, especially clean canvas theme. I like that they allow me this much of customizations. I like to be able to change everything in the store. I like to be able to make sure that I have everything exactly that like I wanted to have. Well, you won't be able to find this much of, let's say, freedom of change. You won't be able to find this level of customization in the free themes or in any professional theme. So make sure while you are picking your theme that you have this level of customization. Going back in here, as you can see, we have first the text. So I'm going to change the text colors. I will start by the base. I'm gonna make it black actually because this is my text color. And in here, as you can see, instead of choosing the color itself, so let me show you. Instead of clicking here and choosing the color, I have actually linked from here to my primary color. This means that if at some point I decided to change my primary color, I can just change it back from the settings and it will be applied directly in here everywhere. Okay, there's nothing wrong with picking the colors directly from here, by the way. It's fine. For some colors, I'm gonna do that, but what I'm showing you is going to make a little bit your work more efficient. Okay, so for links, I'm going actually, instead of choosing color, I'm going to choose one of my contrasting colors. I'm going to go with this one. For headings, I'm going also to pick the black. For the store name, I'm going also to pick the black. Product card page, when they are on sale, I can keep the red because red is like a universal color for sales, or I can be more consistent and pick my contrasting colors. For sold out, I'm gonna pick actually this one, the secondary. And for pre-order, I will pick, let's say, this one. Okay, it's also very important to know that sometimes when you are changing things, you might not be able to see directly how they are looking on your store. Maybe you don't have any item, let's say, to pre-order or any item that's sold out. It's fine. Change the colors now, and then when you are reviewing your store, if there is something that you didn't like, you can always come back to the color section and change them. It's totally fine. Then we have the primary colors. Well, for the primary buttons, I like usually to use contrasting colors. But again, since I want to keep this store very elegant, since it already has a lot of colors in the products with the products because they are colorful, I'm gonna pick for the button background, I'm going to pick actually the black. And for the hover, I might use my secondary color. So when someone has their mouse on the button, it's gonna change to the pink one. For the text, I'm gonna keep the white, but it might be a little bit tricky because I'm not sure if the white and this color are going to contrast. So I will test it, and if it's not working well, I will come in here and change the colors. Then we have the secondary buttons, which are less important buttons. I will actually go directly with the pink, and I will make the text and border black. Now for the background, and this is related to the full store, so this is the background of the full store. I'm gonna actually keep it white. I'm not sure, this is for the header. This will make sense if you have selected an image for the background, so I'm not gonna touch it. This is for the header, and we are talking about this section in here, the header section. So the background is white and the text is black, and this is exactly what I want. So let me actually choose them. Now we have the main menu, which is this one. We can have the device. As you see, when I hover over them, they change colors. So I need also to change these colors to match my brand. Okay, so I'm going to select from my brand assets again. I like to keep the text actually black, so I'm gonna make it black. The text hover, I'm gonna make it my pink. Let's see. Okay, and this is the feature link color. So let's say you have items on sales, you can make one of your menu items already colored. I'm gonna keep it red because red contrasts very well with the white background, and I want my background on the header to be white. Okay, so this is for the images overlay. If you want to have an overlay over your images, let's say your image is too white, you make it to have a black overlay in order for the text to contrast with the image. So you can modify the image overlay from here. I'm not gonna touch them actually, I'm gonna keep them now, because later on when I'm reviewing the store, if I didn't like any of these, let's say overlays, I'm gonna come back and change them from here. First you have the tint strength, so how strong is your overlay. The lower you go, the less strong it's gonna be. Then we have the text shadow strength, so you can create a shadow around your text so it pop-ups better. Also, I'm gonna keep it, but later on I might change it. Then we have the box background opacity, and this is going to show if you decided that you want your text to be within a box. Sometimes we keep the text clean without anything. Sometimes we decide to have a white box or a black box behind the text because we want it to pop up and we want it to be very legible. So in this case, this is where you change the opacity. And then you have the boxing coloring, and you can choose between page colors and section schemes. Let me explain to you a little bit what are section schemes. Okay, this is also something new, by the way. It wasn't there 1 year ago. Section schemes is a feature in most of the themes that allows you to create a definitive colors for one section. So let's say, for example, I have two colors for my brand. I have the black and I have the red. I can create a section with a black background with a white text where the buttons are red. Then I want to have another section which is with a red background, the color is white and the button is black. I create two styles of sections and I apply them directly. I can apply them directly. So I create the styles once, and while I'm creating the sections, I can apply the style to each section. I can, for example, in my theme define that I want this section to be following the scheme 1. In this case, directly the section will have a black background, white text, red color for button. Or I can change it to scheme 2 or scheme 3. So this is a very important feature to make your work more efficient and more organized, and not only that, to make sure that all your sections are, let's say, aligned. You're not creating one section that's totally different than the other. So you define the schemes and you follow them through your website. So the first scheme, for example, in here has a white background. I'm gonna create it with a white background actually. It has the heading, I want to make it black. The text, I want it to be also, I guess, black, and the links, I want them to be pinky. Okay, in here I'm changing the primary colors for the buttons. Since the background is white, I can make the buttons black. I will make this I will keep the text white. I'm not gonna change a lot in here. I just gonna make this black. Now this is now the section color scheme 2. In this case, for example, instead of going with white, I want to use my secondary color, which is the gray. I want the heading to be black actually. I want the text to be as well black, and I will make my links with this color. So as you can see, now I have one section which has the background which is white, and the second one has a background which is gray. I can in here change the primary color, the bottom color. So let me pick, for example, something new, let's say the blue. On Hoover, I'm gonna make it this one. Let me make this black. Okay, so I'm playing around. Later on, I will be able to check out how these schemes look like and adjust them if I didn't like them. Okay, then we have in here the product quick buy, the feature that allows you to quickly buy the product from the homepage. After the color schemes, we have the product quick buy section. And the quick buy is a feature that allows you to directly buy the product from the homepage. So if we go back to the demo store of the Symmetry theme, the quick buy is actually this feature. So when you click on quick buy, you can see the product in here. It's taking a little bit to load. So you can see the product directly in here, and you can buy it directly from the homepage without going to the product page. This is actually a very nice feature because you are lowering the friction and you are helping your customers to buy easier and quicker from your store. So using these options in here, I can change how my quick buy is going to look like. I can either use a default one, or I can use the color scheme 1 or the color scheme 2 from the 2 options I have created up above. I'm gonna go with the 2. Then here I have the product overlay labels. So these are related to like when you have a reduction or you have, let's say, low inventory text. These texts that you will see as labels at the top of your product card. Let me show you. So in this theme preview in here, we are talking about these labels in here. So we are changing in this section, we are changing those in here. Again, these options will differ depending on the theme you are using. So we have the options to have overlay labels, and we can modify the colors from here. I will make those fit with my brand colors actually. So I will make sure that I've changed them to have, let's say, the same feel as my brand. Okay. Then I have the product inventory levels. Actually, there is, I guess, one color that I haven't used yet from my color palette, or I have used everything. Okay, so I can go back in here. You have the in-stock text. I will make it the blue one. I will make this one the gray one. Okay. This is for product rating, the stars. You can either make them orange because this is the universal reviews stars color, or you can go with your contrasting color. It's up to you. And finally, you have the footer. And as you can see in my color palette, I have actually decided that I want to have this dark one as my footer color. So I'm going back to my Shopify, and I will actually choose it. So let me just pick the color. So from here, the background color, it's gonna be 4C4 F53. So this is my color. For the text, I'm gonna make it white because it contrasts well. For the headings, I'm gonna also make them white, and maybe for the dividing lines, I will use my contrasting color. I will see later on if I want to keep them this way or if I want to change them. So this is me changing all the colors of my store. Once we finish setting up all the colors, we move on to the next section in our theme settings, and it is typography. And it's related to the fonts we are going to use in this theme. So also this section will be different depending on the theme you are using. The more sophisticated, the more professional your theme is, the more, let's say, ability to change fonts you will find. The less professional your theme is, the less customization you will be able to do. As you can see, this theme in here allows you to change the fonts for the heading, for the text and buttons, for the navigation, and for the store name. And it allows you also to change like the size and to change the style of the text on the buttons. So let me start from the beginning. This is for the heading. This means the main heading on the store. I'm gonna keep this one actually because it looks elegant, but if I want to change it, I just need to click on change, and I select a font from here. I always recommend you to select a font from Shopify. Don't add a sophisticated font from your part because this is gonna slow down your website. So pick a font from here, and you can even change if it's gonna be bold or italic, so you can modify it from here. As you can see, when I made it bold, it's now bold. I'm gonna keep it bold, it's nice. So I will click on select. I can decide to capitalize headings, so all letters will be capitals and heading. As you can see, the heading is changing in here. And when I move to the next option, I have the text on buttons. Now it's this option. I will actually keep it as it is. It's nice already. Then I will have the navigation, and this is the text I have in here. I can, for example, decide to have it same as heading or keep it as it is. It's up to me. I'm gonna keep it as it is. And as you can see, it's bold on navigation. So if I go to mobile, these texts now are bold. I can keep them regular by removing this option. So again, as you can see. Okay, then I have the store name. I'm gonna keep it as it is. I can change the sizes from here. So I make the navigation, for example, a little bit bigger, the navigation text. I can in here change the button style. Now it's all capital. I can make it normal if I wish. I'm gonna keep it all capital, and I can decide like the angles, are they going to be sharp or are they going to be slightly rounded? I'm gonna keep them sharp actually. I think it's more elegant. Okay, once I finish doing this, I move to the product grid. And the product grid is actually this part. It's wherever you find products listed. So if you are using a featured collection section, or if you are within the collection page, this is where you are going to see the product grid. So when you change the settings from here, you are changing the settings of this grid from here. So for you to see what I'm changing, I'm going back in here, and under this section, which is the featured section, I'm going to select actually like a section just so you can see clearly what I'm doing. So going back to the theme settings, to the product grid. So now I have the image shape to be portrait, so 2 by 3. But I have actually all my images as square, so I'm going to choose square, and you will see that now these in here will be changed to square. This option will actually affect a lot your photography style. So make sure that you are you have all your photos in the same dimensions, so you can choose from here. Let's say I went with a portrait and I decided to not crop photos. So it made them again square. If I decided to crop photos, it will crop them and make them, as you can see, vertical. The size is also nice, so you can shoot all of your photos respecting the size, and then this way you will have everything clean. I will keep everything square because this is the size I have chosen for my photos. And as you can see, they look perfectly nice. Then I have the image alignment. So if I'm cropping the image, I guess this is gonna affect the crop. So if I have the top or button, it will be affected. Then I have the number of products per row on mobile. So here I am on mobile, and as you can see, I can see only one product. If I choose the 2, now I can see 2 products. I recommend you to go with the 2 products option because in this way your customers will be able to see 2 products at the same time before scrolling. I think this is smarter. Then I can change in here the text. So if I want it to be centered or to be to the right. I can decide if I want to see a second image. You see from here, show additional images. On desktop, additional images show. On Hover, on mobile, they can be swiped when products are not in a carousel. So let me show you. This is on mobile, and this is me viewing this product. I guess if you scroll, you can see the second photo from outside. You need to go to the product page to see it. Okay, but on desktop, when I hover over the image like this, I can see the second image. I recommend you to keep this option actually. Then we have show subtitles if the product has a subtitle, include collection and URL. This is also something you can do. After this, we have the quick link style, and this is how you want your quick link to function. Do you want it to open the whole product, or do you want it disabled, or you want to do about it. Now I have this. When I click, it opens. These are the colors I have picked for the quick buy. I can change them from the color section, color settings section if I want, but I guess they need a little bit of reworking because the text in here is not contrasting as well as I want it to contrast, but it's fine for now. Then I have the overlay labels. I can position them. So do I want them top left, top center? So they will be changing location around this. As you can see, for example, in the demo store, I have them in here. I can have them in other places in the image. And I can decide to show reduction. So let's say my items are on sale. I can show them like the reduction, how much they are saving. I can decide if I want the reduction type to be value of percent. So let's say an item was for $40 and now I'm selling it for $30. I can either like tell them that there is a $10 reduction or that there is, let's say, 6% reduction. So it depends. I usually like to go with percentages unless the percentages are so low. In this case, I go with values. Okay, you can also decide if you want to show inventory labels or not. And you can show new in labels. So if an item is a new in store, you can also show the label. This is actually important because people like to explore the new products. So you can keep it on. And you can decide how to define that a product is a new in. So you can tell that the theme either select a collection or use the new tag, and make everything new if it's tagged by new, or define using a date. So if something is added within the last 7 days, it's new, so you put the label new to it. Okay, so either you tag the new products by the tag new, or you use the date, or you select a collection. Okay, I like to go with a date, honestly, because I think this is the thing that needs less work. You don't need to assign any new label to anything. And you can make it more than 7, maybe like say 30 days. So anything that's added within this month is actually new. Okay, then you have like the labels position, and you have the section for product reviews. As you can see, there are a lot of things that you can modify in order to improve this section in here. So as you can see, this is the new arrival label. It's showing, and it's very nice, by the way. Now going back under product grid, we have the swatches, and the swatches are actually those in here. Let me see if there is any yeah, these are the swatches, and the swatches will make sense to you if you have a product in different colors or in different patterns or in different options. Usually you only use them when you have a product in different colors, or let's say in this case here we have different patterns, because they are like visual representation of the variants of your product. So here you can enable them or disable them. You can choose the name, okay, and you can define like whether you want to use a color list or a variant image. So let's say you sell the same dress in 3 different colors, white, red, and pink. You can go with colors. But if you are using patterns, like in this case in here, for example, because they have patterns, not colors, you must use a variant image option. Okay, and it's actually very easy to create the images. You just need to, in here, define the list, the color list. So let's say, for example, you have a color that's neither red nor, let's say, pink, and the theme will not guess if it's red or pink, because if it's red, it's easy. They will assign the red color to it. But if your variant, for example, is pinky red, what you can do is you can, in here, define your swatch colors. So you tell the theme, for example, pinky red is the color with this hex, for example, 4, 5, 6, 7 something. So when they assign the hex, they will use, when they create these small swatches, they will use this color, okay? And if you want to use the image, the variant image, it's the same idea. You need to create like the file, the small image, PNG, and you link to it, as you can see in here. So let's say it's pinky color. You create a PNG called pinkred.png. You upload it to your theme files, and they assign it to the swatches. Okay. After that, you can decide like how to crop the swatch image: middle, center, top, middle, top, and button. Definitely go with middle. How do you want it to be, circular or icon, and so on. And after this, we have the collection filters. Filters are very important. I have talked about filters so much on this YouTube channel, especially if you have a large catalog, especially if you sell clothes or shoes. These are very, very important because they help your customers to explore your catalog. They help them to find what they are searching for. So in here, you need to enable swatches and collection filters. This means, let's say I went in here to this collection. I should be able, within the filter section, as you can see, to use the swatches from here. Just by enabling it simply from here, I will be able to see it. And I can in here change the product if I want to enable swatches in product grid or cross out all unavailable options. As you can see, you have a lot of also, level of customization in this case. And I highly recommend you to use swatches if you have products in different colors or different patterns. They will be very, very beneficial for your store. If you want to know more about how to use swatches, or if you want me to create a video to show you how to use swatches, please let me know in the comment section below, and I would be more than happy to create the video for you. Now, after the swatches, we have the social media, and these are the links that we should have defined in the brand settings on Shopify settings, as I have showed you at the beginning of this video. Then we have the search, and this is gonna be related to this section in here, to the search section. Again, this is gonna be different depending on the theme you are using. So in here, for example, the first thing is show search suggestions. You can suggest things. So it applies to quick header search in here, I guess. Then we have enable quick header search, show vendor, show price, search tags and SKUs. You can play around, see what options are better for you, and mainly that's it. Then you have under it the collection cards. Collection cards are when you decide to list collections, okay? So let me go back actually to the settings. Let me add a collection list setting, because in this way you will be able to see directly what I'm talking about. So this is a collection list setting. And when I go to the settings, when I change anything in here, I'm changing this card. So collection card is actually this one. When I'm listing collections, each of these collections showing in here are actually cards. So going back to the section, let me add some collections. I will add 3 of them. So the first one is going to be actually heels. The second one is going to be sneakers. And let's put the third one as homepage because I don't have more collections. Okay, so going back to the settings, to the collection grid. In the same logic, we have changed the product grid we do in here. So we have first the image shape. Again, I'm going to go with square because all of my images are square. You can define the image alignment, so how you want it to be aligned, if it's cropping. So if the theme is cropping your image, this is gonna make sense. Then you have collection per row on mobile. I'm gonna make it 2. Short product count. I'm gonna keep it. You can remove it. So in here you have the text position. So where do you want the text to be? You can change where you want the text to be from here. You can always decide to show the text below images on mobiles. You have the text alignment and the text overlay alignment. Okay. After the search, we have the favicon. The favicon is the small icon you see in here. So I'm actually going to assign it, to put it. So this is the small thing you see in here. Then we have the animation. So do you want your images and text to be animated? I like to have this small animation. It makes the theme looks better, and it doesn't make the user experience worse or something. So I will keep it. Then I have the cart, and these are related to the cart option. And as you can see, with this theme, we have 2 options. Even we will have the cart as a drawer, or we will have the cart as a page. So now, for example, let's say I went to a product page. Let's go back to our product grids. So if I go to this product, for example, and I add it to cart, now the cart should be showing as a drawer. It opens as a drawer, and as you can see, I can see in here what product do I have in the cart and some products that I might like. So I can either choose to have it as a drawer or to have it as a page, so when someone clicks, goes directly to the cart page. I prefer to keep the drawer, by the way. In here, change also show notifications, so maybe this way, instead of showing the full cart, Let me see if I add again to cart. This time I should be receiving a message like this one. It's also nice, by the way. Or I can like go to cart page with quantity checker or go to cart page. I'm not sure what's this. So I will keep it actually show cart drawer. I like it. And in here you can decide to show the free shipping threshold. So how much is remaining for them to reach the free shipping. And with this theme, actually, you can change this amount from one country to the other depending on the currency. You can read in here how you do it, and you can like define to choose, for example, that for a certain country the free shipping would be for this much. For another country the free shipping would be for this much, and you write them in here. And directly when someone like checks out in here, they will see how much is remaining for them to reach the free shipping. Okay, this is not very complicated, but you need to read the text in here and you need to read like the references in order to apply this, and you can apply it. After that, you have the currency format, so how you want your currency to show. You can also change these options, so if you wish. You have more advanced options. Let's see what we have. This is related to the speed of the page, I guess. Filter, sort, and paginate collections without loading a new page. I'm gonna keep it checked on. Open external link in a new tab, or enable smooth scrolling for internal links. I'm gonna also keep them. This is for the image quality, and I guess if you make it higher, it's gonna slow your website. So they are putting it as standard to make sure that your website is loading smooth. So keep it as it is. And in here, if you want to add a custom HTML, if you know a little bit about coding, or if there is something that you need to put, you can put it in here as well in here. I'm not a coder. I don't think you are a coder, so don't touch it unless you know what you are doing. Then after advanced, we have checkout, and these are the options related to the checkout. So if you want to add a background image to your checkout page, if you want to add your logo, like if you want to change some things, and in order to preview your modifications, you need actually in here to go to the checkout page. So you modify in here and you see directly your modifications in here. So you can, for example, change the color of the main area like this, or keep it white, and so on. I usually don't change a lot in here. The only thing I change is that I make sure that the colors like works with my brand colors in order to keep like the consistent feeling. So instead of using like random colors from Shopify, I use my own brand colors. After this, we have a section that actually it's very beneficial, but it will make only sense for you if you know a little bit about custom coding. This section in here is a custom CSS, and it allows you to, let's say, modify things related to your store appearance once and for all using this custom CSS. So let's say you don't like the spacing between your sections, and your theme doesn't give you an option to change these spacings like from here. You can write a small piece of custom coding and put it in here and modify the section spacing everywhere. Actually, now with Shopify, you can modify the CSS of each of your store sections one by one. So if you go, for example, to your homepage, and you want to change the custom CSS of this page, you click on it and you have now a custom CSS section. Okay, CSS is everything related to how things appear, to spacings, to like modifying things related to the appearance of the section, not to the structure of the section. So now Shopify allows you to modify this on the section level, but at the same time it allows you to modify it at the theme level. So if you want, for example, all your headings to be changed in a certain way, you can apply it once under the settings in the custom CSS section. Okay, if you don't know anything about coding, and if you are not planning to learn anything about coding, just skip this section and that's it. But you need to know that if you are a little bit familiar with custom CSS, this can greatly help you to customize your theme exactly the way you want it. Okay, I hope that you find this tutorial valuable for you, and I hope that you have enjoyed everything you have learned through this video. Thank you so much for watching this video and for staying up until the end. I truly appreciate that. Before leaving, I want to invite you to do 3 things. First, I want to invite you to like this video because by liking it, you will help it to reach more and more people. Second, I want to invite you to subscribe to my channel and to hit the notification bell because in this way, you will get notified each time I publish a new video. And third, I want to invite you to sign up to the free workshop I'm currently offering. In this workshop, I show you the exact framework that you should be applying to your business in order to be able to make it sustainable and strong. Attracting, converting, and retaining customers is not easy, and in this workshop, I show you exactly how to do that. This is a free workshop and you don't need to pay any dollar. Just go down and sign up and that's it. Thank you again for watching this video and for staying up until the end. See you next week. Bye bye.